A world on the brink where the devil himself slips his bonds, veiling the past in shadows and igniting a final, desperate war against the faithful and their sacred city. What if that era of ultimate deception isn't some distant apocalypse, but lurking right now, closer than your next breath? We are about to venture into the enigma of little season eschatology, a shadowy path through prophecy that whispers our time is further along the prophetic end times clock than the churches dare admit. It's not the tidy preterism that buries everything in ancient ruins, nor the distant, far-off futurism commonly taught in many churches and dramatized in popular movies like Left Behind. This is something else, a tale where Christ's eternal promises, a new heaven, a new earth, the resurrection, still hang in the balance, but the great unraveling has already begun. Strap in, we're about to peel back the veil. Hey, welcome back. And if this is your first time, welcome to Humanly Curious. This is where we explore the fringe and the mysterious, and we chase after the weird, the wild, and the what-ifs. I'm just a regular guy, not AI here, fighting back against the robot takeover of YouTube. Today, we're unraveling a mystery, blending biblical prophecy and historical conspiracy. Little season eschatology. The Imminent Return. Building on my latest video, 1776, The Dawn of Deception, Satan's Little Season Unleashed, I've realized that this rabbit hole runs way deeper than just 1776 connections. It's massive. So let's call this Chapter 1 as we break it down digestibly. Expect echoes of imminent returns, clashing with rewritten timelines, generation-specific judgments, and paradigm-shifting deceptions. We'll piece it together like the last one, staying open but grounded in Scripture. All right, let's dive in. Our story starts in the simplest of ways, by listening to the whispers of the ancients, taking Jesus and his prophets at their unvarnished word. No elaborate theories, no forced fits, just the raw promise of prophecy as it was spoken. Little season eschatology, it's the key to a locked door in Revelation, suggesting we've already crossed thresholds most believers think are miles ahead. Imagine the scene. Jesus standing amid his disciples, his voice cutting through the dust of Judea like a blade. He warns them that some of them will witness the coming of his kingdom before they die. Not a vague hint at some mountaintop glow up like the Transfiguration. No angels, no rewards, no deaths in that fleeting week. No, this was a storm brewing for their lifetime. We are talking temple destruction, signs of his second coming, and for them to be vigilant and prepared for his return. But what if that storm hit and the world kept turning, shrouded under a veil of deception? The plot thickens as Jesus dispatches his followers into the fray. His words a ticking clock, promising they will not finish their mission across Israel's cities before his arrival catches up. Persecution is on the horizon, a return racing to meet them, not eons away, but barreling toward that very generation. The suspense mounts. Was this the setup for a cosmic showdown? Cut to the road to Calvary, where agony meets prophecy. Jesus turns to the weeping daughters of Jerusalem, urging them to save their tears for the horrors that lie ahead, when they'll beg for the mountains to collapse on them. These aren't random laments. They're timestamps, synced to the terror of fleeing into the hills from an abomination. And the elite hiding in caves, pleading for rocks to shield them from divine wrath. The threads weave tighter, an imminent cataclysm, a judgment unfolding in real time. But if it came, why does history feel so rewritten? All right, let's take a breath here. Are you sensing that subtle shift in the air? Kind of like pieces of an old puzzle that's starting to click together? We followed Jesus' own words so far, those cryptic hints pointing to a return that I could only assume would have rocked the ancient world in ways that we've long since forgotten. And with those lost histories and resets that we've delved into before, you know, the kind that makes you wonder what's been buried. But we're not done yet. The apostles, especially Paul, are about to crank up the intensity. And Revelation, that's where the real storm brews. And if this is sparking that quiet curiosity in you, share in the comments. What if the current world in which we live in 2025 is in fact the unspoken sequel to this tale? Stick around. The deeper we go, the more the veil thins. Enter Paul, the relentless messenger, his letters crackling with fire. He consoles the troubled, promising rest when Jesus descends with angels and flames, unleashing vengeance and glory in that very day. Vengeance brewing, glory imminent for his hearers, not some abstract future. Paul isn't spinning narratives for distant descendants. He's arming his friends for a reckoning that's breathing down their necks. A divine firestorm ready to engulf the unrighteous while lifting the faithful into triumph. The air thickens with foreboding, cities trembling under the weight of impending doom, whispers of betrayal in the wind, the faithful clinging to hope amid growing shadows. Every word Paul pens is a lifeline thrown across the chasm, pulling them toward a horizon ablaze with judgment, where the scales tip eternally. A world teetering on the edge of oblivion, alliances fracturing, empires crumbling under the gaze of an avenging king who's already set the countdown into motion. Then, the grand reveal and revelation. John's vision screaming urgency from the start. It unveils events that must happen shortly, things poised to unfold without delay, as if the future is crashing into the present. And it offers a blessing to those who read and heed these words, for the time isn't far off, it's right at hand, pressing in like a shadow at dusk. Behold, he comes with clouds, a sight for every eye to witness. even piercing the hearts of those who once pierced him, echoing across generations in a moment of undeniable revelation. Not millennia distant, but knocking at the door of John's era, these are but a handful of the dozens of threads spinning a web where the second coming ignited long ago, ushering a millennium now faded, leaving us in the deceptive little season. The past blinded, wars against the saints simmering, but is this the truth or just a setup for the greatest twist? But every good mystery has its doubters. The voices whispering,
"Not so fast."
Skeptics swarm this tale like moths to a flame. Mainstream theologians brand little season eschatology as a rogue offshoot of preterism, who still see these prophecies as still unfolding in the future, with this generation referring to the end times, not the first century. Revelation's urgency? Skeptics say it's more poetic than literal, and ties to historical resets like Tartaria. They also call it intriguing but unproven speculation. Coincidence or clever misdirection? The story teeters, leaving room for wonder. Speculation and wonder. That's what makes us curious humans, after all. And there it is, the gripping saga of little season eschatology, the Imminent Return, which will be chapter 1 of a biblical thriller mystery series that I intend to do that is based upon the research of fellow YouTuber, researcher, and eschatologist Jason Jack, where prophecies unfold like a buried plot, placing us deep in deception's grip. From Jesus's urgent warnings to Paul's flames and John's at-hand apocalypse, the clues stack up, only of course for skeptics to yank the rug. But as always, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. That, ultimately, is up to you. Hidden truth or masterful illusion? That is the hook that lingers. Sound off in the comments. What are your thoughts? And be ready for little season eschatology, revelation seals and judgments, the near prophecies unveiled, which will be part 2 in this series. If this tale gripped you, hit that like. And if the suspense earned it, please subscribe for the next chapter's twist. Again, I'm just a solo creator, not AI, chasing after the unknown and bringing it to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.